Okay, so what if I told you there's a way to make money with AI that doesn't involve building a huge audience, spending a ton on ads, or even showing your face? Today, we're digging into a source that claims to have cracked the code on the laziest way to do exactly that, starting from absolute zero. Right out of the gate, this whole strategy just throws the old rulebook out the window. Forget everything you've ever heard about how you have to build an audience or pour cash into ads. The fundamental idea here is that all that common advice is just plain wrong. So if the old way is out, what's the new way? Well, it's this three-step system that's designed to turn total strangers into customers for you. And the craziest part? The claim is that AI does 99% of the heavy lifting. We're talking no audience, no ad spend, just a really, really smart process. To really get why this method supposedly works so well, we've got to first understand the problem it's built to solve. See, this isn't just about a new tactic. It's positioned as a cure for a very specific pain point that trips out most people trying to make money online. And that pain point, that problem, it actually has a name. It's the very reason so many online businesses fail. It's this frustrating, soul-crushing cycle of guesswork that just kills all your momentum. The source calls it the hope marketing trap. So what is hope marketing? Think of it as the throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks school of business. You're constantly chasing the latest trends, you're trying a little of this, a little of that, and in the end, you're just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. It's a business built on luck, not a system. Does any of this sound familiar? That feast or famine income. 1 month they're killing it, the next 2 you're barely scraping by. The source mentions people like freelance designers or personal trainers who are always in survival mode, always worrying about where that next sale is coming from. It's just no way to live, and it's definitely not a sustainable way to run a business. So the big question is, how do you escape this hope marketing trap? Well, the idea here is to replace all that hoping with a predictable system, a simple, repeatable 3-step process. This is the absolute core of the so-called lazy method. And here they are, the 3 pillars of the whole thing. First, you've got your product page. Just think of this as the digital storefront. Second, the page script. This is your 24/7 salesperson, the thing that does all the convincing so you don't have to. And third, the checkout, your automated cashier that handles all the money. The real beauty here is that once it's set up, it just works. I love this analogy the source uses. Imagine the best ice cream on planet Earth, right? But it's sold in this beat-up, plain cardboard box with the word ice cream just scribbled on it in marker. Are you going to buy it? No way. That's exactly what a bad product page does. The page is the packaging. And the whole philosophy is that less is more. Seriously, forget all the fancy design stuff. You know the saying, a confused mind never buys? Well, that's why this page is stripped down to just these 3 things. A headline that grabs them, a script that persuades them, and a button that tells them what to do next. Everything else is just noise. Okay, now we are getting to the absolute heart of it. The headline gets their attention, sure, but the page script, that's what actually makes the sale. This is the engine of the entire system, and the source makes some pretty wild claims about just how powerful it is. Brace yourself for this one. The claim is that this one single script structure has pulled in over $20 million. Yeah, we're not just talking about some words on a page here. We're talking about what's positioned as a proven multi-million-dollar asset. And this, right here, is the secret sauce. You're not selling your product, you're selling the results your product gets for someone. It's the difference between selling a gym membership versus selling the incredible confidence of looking amazing at the beach. You sell the destination, not the airplane ticket to get there. The way the script works is basically a masterclass in psychology. First, it paints this super vivid picture of the customer's current pain, where they are now. Then it paints an even more tempting picture of their dream future, where they want to be. It makes that gap feel like a massive canyon, and then it positions your product as the one and only bridge to get across. Now, this is a really powerful psychological lever. Think about it. If you can describe someone's problem even better than they can describe it themselves, they will automatically assume you have the solution. You're showing such deep empathy that you build instant trust and authority, even with a total stranger. Okay, so a multi-million-dollar psychologically driven script sounds awesome, but how on earth does a normal person actually write one, right? Well, this is where the AI comes in. This is what the source calls the unfair advantage that makes the whole thing possible for pretty much anyone. The source is really clear on this point. You can't just go use a generic AI like ChatGPT. That's like asking your family doctor to perform brain surgery. you need a specialist. And the solution they propose is something called a zero-prompt agent. Basically, an AI that's already been trained by experts, so you don't have to be one. And this is supposedly the magic key that unlocks everything. The source claims there's a specific AI tool called Ghostwriter that does all that hard work for you. With just a few clicks, it can apparently generate that entire 12-section multi-million-dollar script. All that expert knowledge is just baked right in. And to back up these massive claims, the source throws out some really staggering numbers. We're talking 20 million from just one script, nearly 9 million earned by users in just 90 days, and even hundreds of millions from a related system. It's all designed to build this huge wall of credibility and prove that this isn't just theory. It's a financial engine that works. You know, at the end of the day, this system isn't really selling a way to make money. It's selling a dream. It's about achieving this radical level of freedom where you are in complete control of your finances, your time, and your location. The source has a really powerful word for it: becoming ungovernable. So, what do we make of all this? Is this kind of specialized AI really the key that finally unlocks the door to true financial freedom for everyone? Or is it just the newest, shiniest tool being used to sell the oldest dream in the book? Now that's the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it?
I have been able to learn so much. I've earned thousands of dollars in commissions.
I have never seen anything like it before.
I've amassed almost $5,000 using his system, and I only do this 3 hours a week part-time.
Since joining, in the very first 2 weeks, I actually made my very first commission.
I believe it's the best system out there.
It certainly changed my business.
I absolutely love it over there.
Thanks again, Wayne.